In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make horror music in Suno AI. First, head over to Suno, log into your account, open the create page, and start a new music project. This is where everything begins, and once you're inside a fresh project, you'll be ready to shape the overall sound and mood of your track. Next, turn on custom mode. This is important because it gives you more control over the final result. Horror music depends heavily on atmosphere, tension, and specific sound choices, so having that extra control makes it much easier to guide Suno towards something cinematic and unsettling instead of something too generic. Once custom mode is enabled, describe the horror style you want. In your prompt, focus on words that communicate suspense, fear, darkness, and eerie ambience. A good example would be dark horror soundtrack with eerie strings, haunting piano, unsettling ambience, cinematic tension, creepy sound design, and dramatic orchestral elements. The more clearly you describe the emotional tone, the better Suno can interpret the mood you're going for. After that, choose your horror theme. This helps narrow the atmosphere even further. You might want a haunted house feeling, psychological horror, supernatural thriller, dark fantasy, zombie apocalypse, slasher movie energy, or paranormal suspense. For example, you could write something like psychological horror soundtrack with unsettling textures, mysterious atmosphere, and rising tension. Picking a theme helps the music feel more focused and intentional. Then decide whether you want instrumental music or vocals. Most horror tracks work best as instrumental-only pieces. Especially if you want that cinematic soundtrack style, you can simply specify instrumental only, no vocals. If you do want vocals, go for something subtle and atmospheric, such as haunting choir vocals and ghostly vocal effects. From there, add production details. This is where you tell Suno what kinds of sounds should shape the arrangement. Useful horror elements include dissonant strings, haunting piano, dark drones, choirs, cinematic percussion, suspenseful soundscapes, and sudden dramatic impacts. A strong prompt example would be eerie violin textures, deep cinematic drones, creepy piano melodies, dark choir, and suspenseful orchestral buildups. Now click Generate and listen carefully to the versions Suno creates. Save the one that gives you the strongest sense of tension, dread, and atmosphere. If the result isn't quite right, refine the prompt. You can ask for more suspense, darker orchestration, stronger jump scare moments, more ambient textures, or slower pacing. Small wording changes can make a big difference. If you want a longer piece, use the extend feature to build longer suspense sections, add climactic moments, create a more complete cinematic arrangement, or develop a dramatic ending. Finally, save your favorite version, download the audio file, and import it into your DAW if you want to do any extra editing afterward. That's how to create horror music in Suno AI.